There are 10,000 different tutorials on how to play Demon Souls, and um, here is one that is not good. I have not played this game for 10 years or so, but I thought I would just go through a way to make the game as easy as possible, and that means making a magic user and making a beeline for a weapon that is so strong that you might as well just keep it for the rest of the game. So as you can see, I made this beautiful creature with shark teeth. There are a lot of teeth options in this game that you never open your mouth and generally do not take off your helmet. So I am appreciative. So this is legally non-binding Kizuki. Her class is Royalty, which is the magic class. Believe it or not, is separate from the Magician's class. So the Royalty gives you a spell called Soul Arrow and a little ring that helps recharge your magic. And basically this is broken in this game, which is good. So they fixed some things in this game and other things they did not. So this will work out well for us. Starting gift. This doesn't matter as much. I'm going to get this Providential Ring to raise item discovery, and then let's dive right in. And I'll try to explain the mechanics as we go through. I cannot stress enough that I am not great at this game. I wasn't great 10 years ago, and I probably won't be great now, but hopefully this will be an inspiration for you to be great. So let's get in.
King Alant the Twelfth, by channeling the power of souls, brought unprecedented
Probably don't need to keep this story in here because you will see the story when you play the game. So, Journey to the Nexus, you will automatically play this when you start your game. This is just a little tutorial, so I am going to, play the tutorial for everyone. Look at that, 1 second loading time. It used to be 30 to 40 seconds. So, here we go, coming out of this slop. The PS5 overall is pretty neat. There is a fancy haptic feedback thing, so I can feel every step. There's a higher quality speaker in the controller, so you hear little sounds of thunder and things. It's kind of nice. I imagine by the time I get used to it, I will not notice it. Kind of like rumble in other games. I have one of those Dragon Quest Slime controllers, and it doesn't have rumble, and I realized that I don't notice until like 10 minutes after starting something. So this game is crazy gorgeous. Hopefully it looks pretty good on the stream. Let's see. So yeah, playing the game. This game is interesting because like 10 years ago, it was like playing a game from the future. This game gets like a bad reputation for being hard, but I think it's because like naturally you want to play it like a Devil May Cry or Zelda and just wail on people, but instead it's like a very meticulous game full of little booby traps and things like that, and like dying is kind of part of the process. So you're meant to die, so you should not be afraid of it. So when you play the game, you'll get used to it. This is a little standard attack. Pressing R3 will lock onto this fool. Holding L1 will bring up my shield. This game is actually the easiest of all of them, I would say, because they were still kind of figuring things out. Soul series is funny because I feel like it kind of gets harder as it goes on, and Sekiro is maybe the hardest one. I'm just going to poke this guy. So they are very nice as it starts, and generally, like with this guy, it'll be pretty smooth sailing. So one of the things to notice is in the bar in the top left is your endurance meter, that green one. That kind of sort of lets you know how much you can do, and afterwards you have to wait for it to charge back up. That is maybe the most important thing in this game, more so than health, because when you run out of endurance you can't really block anything. So you are boned. Guard. So your endurance will recharge slower when your shield is up. So there is some art in knowing when to shield and when not to shield, but generally speaking, You want to have your shield up at all times, especially while walking around, because there are traps all over this horrible world. But with your shield up, it'll be okay. So target lock, unlock. Generally, let's look for a guy. Here's a guy. 2 guys. Let's kill him. Let's get killed by one. Okay, so most of the combat in this game is based just around positioning. So like, if I come up at him from the front, if this was a harder guy, he would probably wail on me. But if I go behind him, he's generally super defenseless. They did not update the AI in this game, which keeps it charming. So for the most part, on any enemy, including the bosses, it's just a matter of like, getting behind them and poking them. So that is what I'm going to do for all of this. So also the point of this stream is, so the unofficial easy mode of this game is choosing this royal character who has a magic spell that you can hit people with. Every enemy except for like 2 are weak to magic. The downside of playing a magic character is that they don't have generally a great weapon. So when you do run out of magic, you have to fight someone. It's not good. But there is a very cheesy way to just get a magic weapon early on after being the first boss, and then you're good forever. So we are going to do that. So I'm just going to go through this a little bit more. The shield is up. Reading these things as they go. Actually just went the wrong way, I think. Once again, you'll see some feats of clumsiness and overconfidence. And you will probably see me die a couple times. Whoop. Alright, so I'm going to use my little magic wand. You change items in your right hand by pressing right on the D-pad. And blast this fool. He's gone. His whole existence is gone. That's pretty sad. In this character, the royal starts with a ring that will recharge your magic, so you can generally just blast people left and right. Once you run out of little charges, then you're in trouble. But that's why we will get that weapon after beating the first boss. And you have to wait until you beat the first boss, because then you unlock the ability to go to different worlds. Unlike the other Demon Souls or Dark Souls game, which is kind of more like a Super Metroid thing, this has a hub world, and you go to like little self-contained areas. So you will just go to level 4 dash... Oh wait. Oops. Let me just eat all my valuable things. Okay. Oops. Instead of Super Metroid, you will just go to a little hub world, self-contained, and you can warp around and do them at any order, which is kind of nice. They naturally kind of get a little bit harder, but there's like a nice like little reward. I'm going to blast this guy. I'm going to blast this tree. Yeah. Okay. Okay. In the later Dark Souls games, they give you a thing called an Estus Flask. Here you have different types of dandelion greens, and you can hold a lot of them. So you don't feel like you need to be precious about them. Generally, the way this game works is you'll get into a fight. Things may go wrong. You will roll away. Get used to rolling a lot. And then you'll eat some food. The nice thing about rolling is that you are invincible during it. So basically, if you pretend this guy is harder than you, you'll come up to him, you'll like poke him, and then you'll kind of like roll away. So if I roll around, it's pretty okay, but you'll see that sort of takes a lot out of my little stamina endurance meter. But we'll get into that a bit more as it happens. So yeah, this game also like ramps up pretty gently. In subsequent Dark Souls and Bloodborne and Sekiro games, they kind of sort of assume in some ways that you are familiar with the prior ones unofficially, so they get a little bit harder. This one is like a new game to everybody, so it's pretty slow going, which is nice. A nice, relaxing game that has a reputation for being hard, but it's not as hard. You will die, but dying is part of life. So the art direction in this remake is a little funky because this looks like a guy before, like the models were low detail enough where I think there was like plausible deniability that he could just be like kind of a ghouly guy. But this is a human. He's got a job and a pension, probably a house. He's got cats that will miss him, but it's all right. People don't die in the Nexus; they come back. All right. So there's also some fancier features. This parry move is great, but also not as useful. Like when you're fighting big giant demons. Theoretically, though, you can do fancy moves, or you can die trying to do a fancy move. The first couple times I played these games, I didn't really bother because there we go. There is a very big risk versus reward, and I think generally it's just to make you feel better when you're fighting grunts, or if you're a super power pro, which I am not, and maybe you playing this game for the first time are not, then, you know, don't worry too much about it. Here is a blue eye knight. He is a little bit gnarlier. There are blue guys and there are red guys. Red guys are bad news. Blue guys are intermediate news. So you'll see I ran out of endurance. I'm going to roll away. I'm going to eat a dandelion green. Really, I should be blasting this guy, but this is probably better fundamentals. Put my shield up. I'm just going to casually walk behind him, poke him, roll away, wait for my endurance to come back up. And this is most of it. And if you get behind them perfectly, you do a little backstab like that, which is nice. Eat some food. Let's see. Oops. Okay. Continuing on. That little ghost guy there is another person playing the same game. Playing the game the same time as you. Which is kind of neat, just so you don't feel alone. Another advanced thing that you probably don't need to bother with is you can hold weapons with both hands, but that's more of like a slightly more advanced thing, so that's not really a big deal. I'm going to shoot this guy, and he's got a shield up, but if I can get him, just kind of hanging out. When he's not shielded, then it'll work pretty well. Even if he stays shielded, if I blast him enough, he'll eventually succumb. Whoa. Yeah, so there you go. The AI is a little funky, so they will drop their guard every now and then just for fun, but otherwise, if you get good positioning, then you will go around their shield. Poor guy. And so I'm switching back and forth between my sword and my little, like, Expelliarmus wand with the right on the D-pad. There is a very vibrant community of YouTube tutorials and wikis that will tell you everything about this game, but it's, like, kind of overwhelming, so hopefully we can just discover this together. Yeah, use magic, blah, blah, blah. Got some more dandelion greens. Oh! This is another guy. Look, he can push and shit. So with your shield up, he can't really do much, so you can just kind of like, you know, make him feel self-conscious. It's weird that they have like actual... Oh! They have like faces now, and it's weird. Because they're like actual dudes. You can also destroy most things in this game with your body or by rolling into them. You can poke a fireplace, roll into barrels. The the physics in the first game were kind of amazing because yeah, you can bust barrels and also everything is like super ragdolls. They're still kind of ragdolls, but they won't like get caught up in your legs and you won't drag them through half the level. Blast this guy. So if you are scared of the world, which I kind of am, then you can just blast everybody. You don't have to bother poking them at all until a certain point. So it's nice. What a nice, relaxing, friendly game. Oh. I'm just gonna... Especially when they don't have a shield. This game also looks amazing at 60 frames a second, and I feel like it's a little bit easier, or maybe it's just been a long time. Like the little windows of hits and shielding and opportunity are a little bit friendlier than later on. But then again, we're in the tutorial level, so who knows? It'll slowly ramp up. Okay. So like I said, dying is a part of this game, so we are probably going to die. Here's the big bitch. I'll blast him. This guy is interesting because you're meant to go like, oh, okay, this game is pretty chill, pretty relaxed, and then this guy, almost 100% chance, will kill you. He is technically beatable, but you are not meant to win. Like, especially if this is your first time playing this game, this guy is meant to go like, you will die. There are terrible things in this world, but yeah. So it's like you cannot play this game like a Zelda or Devil May Cry. You have to be a bit more meticulous. The next time you fight him, he won't be as hard. But it's like, yeah, there are big things that look intimidating and they will kill you. So get used to that and don't feel bad about dying. I think now, 10 years later, people are more used to that idea. Where if you play Hades and you die, you're not like throwing the controller like out a window or at a cat or something. So it is amazing this game came out so long ago, and now everyone calls something like the Dark Souls of blah blah blah. So here we are playing was ostensibly the tech demo of Dark Souls. And we'll just go from there.
This is the Nexus.
I think this is skippable, but it's fun to watch. So here we are.
Thou canst not quit the Nexus.
The environmental art in this game is incredible. The character art, much less so. It kind of rounded out the edges. It made everything like a little bit more bland, but you know, it's fine. So this is your hub world, the Nexus. This is a really big thing that you can explore if you feel like it. It goes up for a long time, and it's very easy to fall off. Where to start? There's a lot in this game. So it's very like overwhelming, and I think one of the main like design choices in this game is that you're meant to sort of kind of like trade tips and not really go this alone. So I remember playing this 10 years ago, early on in a cold winter in Boston, and just coming into work and going like, oh my god, did you guys see this at this level? Did you guys do this? Did you know you can do this? And now that you can always watch like a little video of tips and tutorials like this and sort of learn it, but it is a lot. Hopefully it is less now. So welcome to the Nexus, said a player, so I'm going to rate this fine and say great job. This guy is here to just tell you sad stories.
Well, you slipped through the fissure too, did you? You came for demon souls.
There's a lot of amazing implied storytelling in these games. Maybe less so in this one, but in Dark Souls, famously, you'll get like an item and it'll tell you a little story of like, this ring used to belong to a blah blah blah. And then through piecing together these little tiny bits of story, it really has this like really rich lore. But in the method of storytelling means, this guy will be like, here's the King of Boletaria, and you're like, okay. And then the next time you'll hear about the King of Boletaria, sometimes they'll just go in one ear and not the other. But yeah, we'll just leave that guy hanging around. This guy is... Look at him. He's happy to see me. Hello. Hello. I'm gonna do a little thing for him. I'm gonna go. Hey! Anyway, he's Stockpile Thomas. He's basically where you can put all your extra stuff, because you will eventually have 1,000 shields that you don't want to carry around because it's annoying. So that's where they go. It used to be weight in this game is a big thing, less so for like the class you're playing as, but it affects your rolls. So this person is like pretty spry. If you're a knight and you're carrying heavy stuff and you haven't leveled up your ability to carry heavy stuff, you will have what's affectionately called the fat roll, where it'll be very short. They made it less fat in this one, sadly, but it'll like basically make you like, you know, less. It'll make you invincible for a shorter amount of time. But rolling is very important because you'll have like a big giant demon swing a big giant axe, and sometimes your little tiny shield can't take it, so you're meant to like roll through it. And there is like a guess and check process to sort of discover that timing. But rolling is important, and you want to put junk to this guy so you don't deal with it. So yeah, so in the original game, if you're carrying around shields, that counts towards your weight. Here, I think they made it nicer so that if it's in your inventory, it's no big deal. It's only what you are wearing, which is the case in Dark Souls onwards. But basically, you can just dump your stuff at this guy. And I think it's even nicer where you can send stuff to storage. I think this is a new thing they added, which is kind of nice. So, just left items overall. This guy's a blacksmith. Blah, 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 blah. If you like a weapon, I would advise upgrading it because early on, these little upgrade items are very plentiful. So you might as well just do it, especially if you're following this tutorial and just using like the three weapons that you're going to have total over on. You do have to repair your items every now and then. It is cheap, but you know, don't feel bad. This guy will also sell some stuff, which is nice. I would say in this game, you lose your souls often, so you should spend them often. You can't level up until you beat the first boss. So I just bought a dandelion green. When you die in this game, your souls fall onto a spot on the ground, and then when you come back, you have the chance to go pick them up. But if you die on the way to pick them up, then they're gone forever. So it is fun. But if you get them back, you're like, yes. But if you don't, then you're screwed. This is a fun thing. How do I play this game? Oh, these 10,000 messages will tell me. This is maybe not the most friendly way to dispel information, but here you go. Feel free to go through it. Some of it is pretty self-explanatory, like learned magic and miracles cannot be used unless you memorize them. That is true in this game and true in life. So these messages on the ground, these ones are written by the developers, but normally, like this one around here, is written by just a person. Time for running away. Sure. You can leave your own messages by pressing the DualSense touchpad on the right. I wish there was a better name for that. There probably is. You go on messages, choose a template. I'm gonna go write a message in front of this guy. I'm gonna say observations. You are one of these. You are beautiful. I wonder if there's like something better. Filthy. You are cute. Finalize. So now my message is here. You are cute.
I would be happy to lighten your load and look after
Whoa,
any
buddy.
excess baggage.
Alright. Okay. So let us go and touch the Archstone of the Covetous King. So this is level 1-1. Let's do this. Yeah, so you have to beat this first boss in order to level up, which means this is basically arguably the hardest part of the game because you can't just level up and brute force your way through it. If you get stuck at any other part in the game, kind of like Dragon Quest, you just kill some people, get some more souls, level up with experience points, and come back stronger. Here you don't quite have that option, but they are kind of nice overall. This is just like a test of fundamentals. There's no super traps. You don't have to fight this dragon, for instance. You just have to fight a bunch of dudes, that are normal sized for now. Enjoy the fight. I will. Thank you. I think there's an item back here. Let's see. What is this? Not this. What is this? What do you have for me? Late moongrass. That is an old salad. And it will not make you stronger in real life if you eat old salad. You are loved. Oh wait, I wrote that. Or did I? I don't know. Oh my god. Okay, so if you're playing as a royal and you want to have an easy time at this game, because you probably do, because you are intimidated by the reputation of this game, just shoot people. And be sure to lock onto them, otherwise it just goes nowhere. And there you go, you shot someone. So also, because we died, we are a ghosty. I forgot what they're called in this game. They're called hollows in Dark Souls. So you'll notice I have half health, and you are half health until you turn back into a human. The game is balanced for you to not have a ton of health, but people generally won't kill you in one hit, so don't be afraid. You will just feel like a baller when you have your full health bar. So it's fine. You turn human again by beating a boss, or I think if you go into someone else's world and help them out, or kill them in invasions, but that's kind of like a later fun thing to discover. I wrote this here for this horse. I said a little napping never hurt anybody. One person found it funny and one person did not. So, what do you know, it's life. This guy is gonna be tough. Nope. I'm gonna lumber over here. So yeah, just run around shooting guys. It's like a video game. Not so. Oh, certainly not so bad. There are not 10,000 spells in this game, so you don't have to worry about getting overloaded with choice. This spell is pretty good. It'll last you through most of the game. I think there is a fancier version of this spell, and then there's like this cloud of death, which will destroy most bosses in a small amount of time. And then you'll get the magic sword soon, and it'll be even easier. So yeah, most of this game is just like taking note of like your environment. There's a good example of this later on. Playing online is great because people leave messages. There's soldiers ahead. Surprise, surprise. These little pools of blood are also interesting. Oh, as this guy shoots arrows with me. Shield up. When you touch them, you get like a little ghosty impression of someone that died. So you can see how they died unless you are a chump and you watch that ghost go out of range. Okay, so let's see how he died. Oh fuck. Okay, he fell off into there and died. I don't recommend like running by enemies to look at ghosts, by the way. Like or otherwise. This is an interesting thing because I think I think this has to deal with something called world tendency, which is another thing that's not worth getting into in this little tutorial video, but that little let's go touch it again. This blood stain here is basically a guy who is like, oh, what's in here? And they fell down and died. So if you see someone die, don't do what they did. I wonder if this guy fell as well. Let's find out. No, you can see they're thinking about it. And then they died. Don't forget to press on. Okay. Bad time for falling down. That's actually pretty useful. Oh god. Oh. And the messages like sometimes like cycle out. But yeah. Don't fall down. Avoid ghosts. Also true. Welcome. Thank you. What is in here? It's probably... Oh. This guy's a little hidey hole. Probably feels safe. He was eating... Whoa! two guys with their cottage core. Rest in peace. They were eating a delicious meal. Not anymore. Alright. Keep an eye on your health bar. Eat some stuff. Let me see. Collect these things. Some more grass. Yeah. Okay. What else in this game? So this series is pretty interesting. The director of this game. This is an anecdote that's probably wrong, so hopefully no one at YouTube will come after me. But from what I remember, he was a software engineer at like business accounting software, like a bank or something like that, and just a regular boring programming job. He played Eco on PS2, and it blew his face off. The idea of like what games could do and what games could be. So he quit his job and immediately took an entry-level position at whatever game studio was hiring, and it turned out to be this company From Software. He worked there for a little bit, and then this game was in development. Apparently, it was just like a disaster behind the scenes, and so he was like, "Hey, give me a chance to work on this game a bit. If it turns out terrible, then you're not really missing anything." And then this game. That is like a little bare bones in some ways. The PS3 version is kind of rough, but it's filled with like just 1,000 interesting ideas, and it. I think originally it was published by Sony Japan, but then they wouldn't bother publishing it in America, so Atlas picked it up. It turned out to be popular enough where they extended the servers for years and years and years and years because people love this game for possibly obvious reasons once you get into it, and just became a very vibrant community. Did well, and here we are, PlayStation 5, with this little game that Sony of Japan didn't want to publish in America, and now it's this big giant launch game. See ya. When Dark Souls came out, it did more sales in its first week than this game did in its entire lifetime. So after this game, or Dark Souls, I think he became president of the company. And then people loved him because he was a developer instead of a business guy. And that company is doing very well, making these games that people love. And I can't wait to see the next game they're doing. They did not work on this. Apparently they just got the blessing. But this remake uses basically the same AI, the same damage values, the same enemy placement. It is purely a aesthetic upgrade for the most part, with a tiny amount of quality of life features, but not a lot, which is kind of surprising. So they retained some of the jankiness, but it's charming, so it's fine. Watch the soldiers. Whoop! I don't recommend standing right at the edge of this for a lot of reasons. But yeah, unless you see something side by side, it's fine. But generally the designs in this are not, they lose quite a bit versus what they were before, which is kind of sad. This is, well, first I'll go get this. Wait, yeah. This is a teachable moment in the game that will teach you other things that come up. Be wary of the enemy's boulders is what I wrote. Be wary of the enemy's traps is what this other guy wrote. Perhaps there is something to be said about this boulder-looking trap at the top of this stairwell. Maybe I will be wary of it and walk very slowly. Ooh. Oh, and then we'll just fall. But basically, there are traps in this game. You have to be observant. But look, let me get this bastard sword that I cannot use because we are magic class. Actually, this is fun. If I try to equip this bastard sword, I don't think I have the stats for it. Or maybe I do. Either way, it doesn't matter. We're just going to keep what we have. Keep our little magic wand. But yeah, there's traps. Always keep your shield up. Always expect something fun to happen. Blast this guy. Oh. Get hit by arrow. Usually, when I go through these games, I go at like 1/10 the speed that I'm going right now because I'm terrified. But things are going pretty well, I would say. Never be afraid of being lost. They kind of corral you to like one of a couple locations. This is another teachable moment I'm not going to do. This guy with red eyes is bad news. I think you're meant to get into a fight with him and go, oh, like, some guys are strong. But he is optional. So learn that sometimes there's something terrible, but there's always another way to go. I just kicked that thing on the ground. So I'm gonna go back. Oops. Look down at my phone for a second. Oops. Okay. He's a blue guy. Did not bother to block that shot. This is once again where positioning comes in. I just waste magic. But, you know, like every enemy in the game, including bosses, you can just mess around and, you know, like lead them around like little circuses. That sounded good on the DualSense. If you are paying attention, which I don't recommend, this is probably best watched as a second monitor thing. We're going to open up a shortcut, which is nice. I'm going to pick up this firebomb. Read this thing. There's barrels ahead. A little parrying never hurt him. Oh, well, those guys blew themselves up. So, this I think is meant to teach you that if you don't have this magic gun you're carrying around, fire bombs are very useful in this early level. There's a lot of things that are flammable, and that kind of ties in with the first boss, who is flammable, basically. But because we have our little magic bazooka, we don't need to worry about that. This is great. So there's these chains. In the original game, not a lot is interactable. In this one, everything is, so it doesn't stand out as much, but you can break these. And that will drop some items down there that we'll go pick up. And we'll keep our shield up as we do this. If you've ever been to like a... Well, whoa. I said you would see some death, and you probably will. Nope. Alright. Magic temporarily. I'm just gonna poke it. I was gonna say, if you've ever been on one of these types of staircases before, they're terrifying because you will just fall and die, and yeah, that'll be me basically. But I'll just like roll my ankle. think I have magic. Yeah. Alright, look at this. What does this say? Welcome to the shortcut. Thank you. Here is a lever that you're like, oh, interact from the side, and now you interact like this. Some of these things are hard to see, but they are few and far between, so don't worry too much. I got the Cling Ring, which is a extremely useful ring. I told you get half health when you are a ghost. Now you have 3/4 health. So I'm going to eat some more dandelion greens. Use a bunch of shit I don't need. A jade hair ornament. I don't know what it does. I'm not going to waste your time on this video trying to figure that out. Yeah. Here's a shortcut. If you die, then you end up back at this bonfire. And now the shortcut is open. So if I died, I could come back. So I'm going to do that. Usually, if I had beaten the first boss, I would try to go in. Actually, I'm just going to do it. Because load times are not a thing on the PS5. I'm not used to that yet. But usually you want to go and cash in your souls. I have 801 of them. It is very easy to lose everything you're carrying, so you kind of want to spend them as much as possible. So I'm just going to go back to this hub world, and I'm going to just buy some junk. And normally you would level up, but we haven't beaten the first boss yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and buy some stuff. So you hear ornament, you get a stockpile. Thomas in the Nexus, he gives you something in return. That is wonderful. Thank you.
I would be happy to lighten your load and look after it. I'm a scourge, Kane. I wish I could do more. That candle, she says, if only something could be done.
Well, should I give it to him in the clumsy way of
Rest assured, you're good. Best of luck to you.
Oops. There's a way to give it to him. I will ask the Twitch chat for a tip as I go ahead and lighten my inventory a bit. Oops. Okay, I'm just going to dump stuff in there basically that I'm not using. So, Bastard Sword, Nailbreaker. You can go nuts looking at these stats. I am going to go nuts, and I would like the other shield, but I have it equipped. They did not make that any easier. Don't need these rags. Don't need this starting gift ring. Unknown warrior soul. Oh. You give him the thing later. It says a very friendly person in Twitch chat. Thank you. Okay.
Best of luck to you.
Friendly person, I know who you are, but thank you, Gilead. Okay, soldier shield. I'm not strong enough, so maybe I will not actually change it. So some of these weapons have stats.
Would you mind giving me that?
Oh, there we go.
You're a saint. Thank you. Thank you so much. I mustn't forget. It's not much, but please accept this as thanks.
Yeah, that's the friendly Twitch chat.
I found it discarded on the main road, but it seems to possess a strange power. Anyway, I feel that you should have it. It'll be happier in your hands.
Thank you. Ring of Herculean Strength. Thank you very much. It is not that useful to what we are doing. Actually, it's pretty good, but more HP and slow MP regeneration are very useful to me right now. So, sorry, buddy. Oh god. Okay. I'm going to just drop off this shield I do not need. I'm going to...
It's simple. Trade your soul.
I'm going to spend my money. I'm going to repair my equipment. It's very cheap. I don't have anything to upgrade my stuff, and it's not that useful. So I'm going to buy... Most of these aren't great. I'm just going to buy a bunch of healing items. Just because when I die, I'll be sad if I lose them, so I'm just going to buy them. And then I'm going to go back. Yeah. Seeing these characters like act and talk to you and not just kind of stare distantly, it's very weird. There's a lot to get used to, but welcome to the future. Is what I tell myself when I see people speak to me. Human or otherwise, game or otherwise. I always forget exactly which ones have people behind them, but it doesn't matter as much. Whoa. Whoa. There was one in there. Once again, look forward to the hubris killing me in this first level. First time I played this, I died 10,000 times. So, if you play this and die, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad about anything in this game. You are meant to have an uphill climb. So it's nice that so this is clearly like a grungy guy. So it's weird to have the humans. Because it's like, are you an actual human, or are you a plausible deniability grungy guy? But we'll find out. Also, look at this little guy. Oh. It's gonna cast spells at the wall. Nope. So, as you can tell, it is easy just to shoot people compared to fighting them like a big old warrior type. Good luck, guy going downstairs. Also, if you're lost, don't feel bad. I'm basically just going back up to the top of this bridge where we were at before. I am not going to fight that red-eyed guy for a while, but I'm going to go in through a door that we just go into. But yeah, generally you don't want to lose souls, but if you lose them, it's not a big deal. You can always get them back. And then, like any RPG, like an hour later, a single enemy will give you more souls or experience points or money, because they're all the same thing here, than you've earned before. So don't feel bad about losing stuff. Don't feel bad at the game. I feel like this game is much nicer on the nerves now that there's not loading time, because it used to be when you die, you would just sit there staring in the old black mirror for 30 seconds. Poor guy's stretching. But now you don't have to do that. You're just back in there. Power of the SSD. The power of $500. Alright. Those fog gates are fun, because either you're in the next part of the level, or you're in a horrible boss. And, you never know. Thankfully that one is just next part of the level. It's not a guy. That's the nice thing about shooting people too, is you're like, is that a guy? And then you shoot them, instead of walking up to them and finding out the hard way. There's a couple different ways to go. There's a whole NPC system in this game where you find people and help them out, and you get a tiny bit of story. Usually it ends up pretty bad for the person. So in this whole level, in this world 1 of this kingdom, there is a guy you can keep rescuing over and over again. He will occasionally help you with the boss, which is kind of nice. And then I think he just has a fun surprise at the end of his quest line. But he is somewhere in here, and you can find him and help him out. I don't know if I'll find him, but if not, I will just do it later. We don't need to waste time. Look at this guy. So, because you can't lock onto him, that's to let you know that he's not an enemy. I think probably more than half the people playing this game probably sliced him up the first time they came to him. Because look at him, he's like, a little hobgoblin.
Good day to you. Care to look over my wares?
It's a little head bobbing.
Who's telling me?
So he's a merchant. I don't remember too much how merchants work in this game. I think he eventually comes to the hub world. Eventually. But not nearly soon enough. It looks like he sells stuff cheaper than the blacksmith. I'm just going to spend all my souls because I feel like I'll probably lose them. And then buy some stuff. So, thank you. See you later. There were a couple of things like that in this original game that were annoying, because, like, say you want to go back to level 3-2, for instance. It takes a while to get there in terms of loading, and then it's kind of miserable if you're not ready for the level and people are killing you, and then you get to someone and you're like, oh, seemed like they moved. But this remake is friendlier. Just having less load times is friendlier. I could probably fall down there and do some stuff, but I'm lazy. What does this say? Look for trap. Alright. That's a trap. Oh. That is a mutual trap. These guys don't either. Oh. Ooh. When I shoot spells, sounds come out of the speaker on the DualSense, and it feels pretty good. Another thing about having magic is you just take care of this guy. Oh, that guy's too far away, though. I think his stuff has better range. I think down there is where the guy you can rescue, but it's kind of optional, so I'm not going to spend the time doing that yet. I'll try to remember to do that on my own later. So also not in this video is a very extensive system of players coming in your game to help, or coming into your game to do the opposite of helping. It only happens when you're human, and because of that you generally don't stay human very long. So it probably won't come up in this video, but just know that there are fun... Yeah, let's go shoot the stairs. I don't have a lot of mana or whatever spell magic right now, so this is... If you're playing this game meticulously, you could just like wait and get your health back, but this is where the hubris comes in. I'm going to try to fight him in a normal way. So, I'm sorry if I die and waste your time. So this is once again basic combat. You just keep your shield up. You know, this guy, you can just stay out of his range. Generally speaking, whoa, he hits hard. Generally speaking, I just want to get behind him, poke him, and roll away. I have my shield down to recover stamina faster, but that's being risky like a chump. Roll away, cover my stamina, poke him a bit. This is probably aggravating for someone to watch who knows how to play the game super pro strats, but this... If you get a direct hit behind them, then you get like this fancy animation. But I did not get that. So, yeah, playing this game for the first time, don't worry about parrying, don't worry about any of the super advanced crazy systems. It's fine. Everything is fine. Go for the parry and be a legend. Oh. So despite playing all these games, I'm still bad at parrying, probably because I don't practice. Poke this guy. I think screams are new in this. He's okay though. I'm gonna come back up. Oh. Look at the great view. Look at that guy. Oh, I'll just leave him there. So, he's a guy, so he has to go pay his mortgage. He has to go help his parents move out of the house. Thanks for reading. Thank you. Strange trap ahead. This is a strange trap. These are fun things to discover on your own, but I'll just tell you. This doesn't come up much in the game. I feel like they tried some stuff out and then they ran out of time or didn't really incorporate it. And then this generally isn't in the prior or the subsequent games. But here's a strange trap. I can waste magic, or I can hit this and then get boulders. Oh no! Yes, I lived. I trapped myself. That is the galaxy brain move. I'm gonna eat this salad. And there you go. That's how you beat Demon Souls. You Looney Tunes. All right, avoid boulders. These guys didn't avoid boulders, but neither did I. So you are dead. I am dead. Happy birthday. Thank you. I'm going to celebrate by going into gestures and pointing down. That's not really down. It's weird. The gestures are for fun. There's a very extensive, beautiful photo mode in this game, but also when you summon someone or get summoned or get invaded, then you can do gestures just for giggles. I'm gonna just shoot these guys, as I'm prone to doing. Here's the hubris, where they have little health, so I'm going to try to poke them. Oh. The hubris once again. Soldier's Lotus. Sometimes you'll pick up something that says, like, Unknown Soldier's Soul or Warrior's Soul or whatever. I think I might actually have some. This is basically, will they tell you? Here you go. Echoes of a soul found on the corpse of an unknown warrior consumed to gain souls. So if you use this item, you'll get some more souls. They are nice, though, because if you die, you don't lose them, unlike the souls that you currently have on your body. So it's good if you're trying to level up and you're like, oh, I need just like 30 more souls, and you can just use one of those without having to go back into an area and fight another guy. But that's not an issue on this PS5. Oh, look at that fire up there. I wonder if that's to tell me something is coming. Look at all this messed up stuff. Beginners should try this area later. Oh yeah. So if you look over here, you're like, oh, this is bad news. Look at all those items that are clearly a trap. You can fight these dragons. It's actually easier with spells. You will die, most likely. If you have a bow and arrow, you can just fire 150 arrows and cheap them out, but I don't have that right now. I got things to do. This guy's chilling, making a sandwich. Bloodstain. He's eating some food. Okay. Alright, let's do this area not for beginners, but also look forward to fire. Look forward to this guy. That is clearly not what that message meant. This is a pretty great weapon. I played this game just a little bit for the first time in 10 years again, and I chose a guy with a halberd, and that is the worst weapon in this game because you will just hit every single wall. And they don't even swing it like a spear, so I'm scared. So I like poking. So I'm scared too. It said beware of fire. I saw a dragon earlier. I wonder I wonder what this means. Maybe I will not go too far in the bridge because I hear terrible things. I'm gonna go back down here for a second. So I said they didn't really change the AI in this game, so I'm gonna go here on this bridge. I'm gonna hear some scary sounds overhead. I'm gonna not waste my magic. This guy's getting close though. Hear some wings flapping. Oh, there's a lot of guys. Oh, look at that. How about I not run away? Oh, this is bad. Hey, the worst weapon they get. Oh god. Okay. Alright, we can do this. I'm greedy. Oh, it wasn't that useful. Okay. So what's nice in this remake is this. Fuck. This is less of a surprise because there's so many environmental clues that bad things are gonna happen. Oh god. Hope the invincibility frames carry me through. Okay. Alright. Here we go. We did it. And these guys just watched their friends, lovers, family members go up and smoke. Get some more precious salad green. A firebomb. You think would be fun? Well, alright. Barely made it. Great job. This guy died. For unrelated reasons. Sound is nice. Unknown warrior soul. Poor guy. This so PlayStation 5 has some 3D sound, and I've got like some cheap monoprice surround sound speakers. This Dragon sounds amazing. I bet on headphones it would sound even better. Use the lever, you can proceed. Alright, I opened the door to the boss. The boss threw something at me. So that's ominous. Don't be scared. Don't be scared of this game, is what I will say, as this game is clearly scary. There are enemies ahead. Yes, there are. So you'll see I have 22 healing items of just like the cheap, terrible ones. So they're pretty nice and generous about it. The original game, you could hold a trillion of them, but I think they changed it in this remake so you can only hold a set number so that you're not the most powerful thing in the world. Not that it makes the game any easier or harder, because usually what will kill you is an enemy that hits you twice. So, no amount of eating greens will help you. Oh, that was very quiet. I wonder if the sound glitched out. These guys talk a lot in this remake, and it's weird. Once again, confirming that they're guys, noisy guys. They sing at a men's choir, weekends. The next practice, people will think that they're missing, and it's sad. This guy just broke his wardrobe out of rage. The way that people die from spells is genuinely terrible. Or maybe they're not dying, they're just getting warped up to like the Enterprise. Whatever. What's this gonna say? Oops. Whoa. Am I still alive? Sometimes it's nice you'll you will just like randomly get some souls and it just implies that someone fell off of something. So, oh, there you go. So you just died for unrelated reasons. You died of old age as I do my thing. So this game is great. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this guy. So look at this crazy thing in the darkness that who knows if you can see it on the stream. Ew. He's got a big spear. This thing is here. He will throw stuff or stab you. I think he's here to basically really stress that positioning is maybe the biggest thing in this game. So you can't just like rush people from the front. He's basically just a blob and a shield. So we look at the visual information he's conveying. I guess I will hit the blob part instead of the shield part, if he'll let me. And he won't. Wait, there it is. Nope. My hubris took too long. He's kind of in the middle of it. Oh, look at that. Okay. So, the gooey part obviously takes a lot of damage, the shield part does not. So that is easy quiz number 1. Try attacking people from the rear. Generally people don't have shields on their back. Unless they're turtles. Whoa, that's not a game thing, that's a real thing. I think I could just magic him, but it's easier. I'm gonna save my magic, even though it's full. Oh, I'll see what happens. Oops. It did a lot of damage. Nice. I like turtles too. I like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles too. Secret of the Ooze. And alright, open up this gate. Congratulations, thank you. And hey, we're back here. Back to where we started. This is very obviously a boss, other than the giant gate opening and a spear coming out to tell you that it's a boss. This is very clearly a boss. Other times you'll walk through a door and suddenly a big ominous chorus will start singing and you're like, oh, this is bad. I'm going to go spend my souls on some more junk. Just in case I die, I don't want to risk losing them. And it takes no time to load, so I don't have to think about sitting here for a full minute with my thoughts. I like to avoid them, that's why I play video games.
Hello again. I'm keeping a close watch.
This guy is actually unrelated. Oops. Just dropping off stuff.
Where are you off?
Oh, he's like, please, where are you going?
I can forge weapons for you.
But you can. But I don't need that. I already know there's nothing interesting here, but I will still go through. I'm going to buy 7 of these.
You come back alive.
Thanks. Better spent on an okay item than lying on the ground when I die trying to get them back. So, remember that. Alright. I'm gonna fight these guys with my weapon so I can save my magic. Oh, crap. Hubris. Let's try the parry. See if I can overcome my demons of it. This is good though, we're making progress, so... Oh. Wait, there's a guy here, isn't there? Maybe not. 2 guys here. I don't recommend walking up to 2 guys, but... Oh my god. Hubris. Okay. Now, let's try the parry. Nope. Nope. Yeah. So I feel like, if you're me, that's a fun thing to do when you're going through an area again with relatively normal guys. But you'll probably get better at it. I think they're just normal guys. They're living their life. Good thing about those dandelion greens. Ooh. This really is a nice weapon. You just poke people from a distance. It probably has like better range than the halberd. Oop. I forgot there's still some guys here. I could just go through them into the gate, and I'm gonna... Here we go! Look at this horrible thing. So this is a bunch of those goo guys from before. And you get some music, because it's a boss. There's also guys strewn about. So the boss is the thing in the center of that. So let's see what happens when I just shoot some magic. Cool. So obviously you just like stand behind a pillar. Get some of this junk. I want to ideally shoot the guy, or a path that'll help me shoot at the guy. Whoa. Just forgot my own advice when I'm shooting things that aren't in the direct line of sight. There you go. Obviously, this is easier than walking up to it. Oh, Christ. Okay. I'm gonna go behind this pillar. Oh, look at this. And you just keep doing this. I'm about to run out of magic, but it's not so bad. At that point, you know, you go and stab him a little bit. You can wait for your magic to come back. So this guy's fun. Also, this level is very generous about giving you fire bombs, which is maybe a little friendly thing that this game has a boss that's weak to fire. Scroll through your usable items down on the D-pad. Same button used to eat people. I'm going to double do. The thing about using these fire bombs is like once they're gone, they're gone. You could always just buy some more. Yeah, it takes a lot of damage. So you could ideally just use your magic to like make a hole and then throw fire bombs. There he goes. let's celebrate with the rest. Okay. All right. Hardstone shard is something used to upgrade your weapons. They are generous in this game, like I said. So if you find a weapon you like, feel free to just go nuts. I'm going to touch this Archstone. I got a Lord Demon Soul. I'm going to go back to the Nexus. This is the second part of this easy mode tutorial. Actually, there's like a couple cutscene type things first. And yeah, that burn effect on the boss is awesome. Thank you. Grungy maiden.
The monumental awaits the above.
Here we go. Whoa. So to summarize, what we did is we picked a royal, and then we shot people, try to shoot people
The monumental will explain
around their shields when possible. Eat some grass. Don't be precious about the souls that you have. Go ahead and spend them. And now I'm going to try to remember how to do this and not fall. I have to go talk to the monumental in this maze of a nexus. He is somewhere up here. He's higher up. This is probably excruciating to watch if you know where he is, so I apologize. I think he is through here and then up this tiny... Yeah. Probably up here. Oh my god. He's not at the top of this, which is hilarious. Okay, yeah, he's not through there. That's, you can open that door. It's nothing too special. It's nothing exciting. I think he's around. Yeah. So I'm put a note in front of him.
We have long awaited
Oh,
you,
well,
Slayer of
talk to him,
demons.
said the note.
I am one of the monumentals.
I'm going to skip his stuff, because you can do that. Yeah, so you talk to him.
Now it is you.
He unlocks the ability to go to different worlds. That is a very tempting shortcut. You can die in this Nexus. I have done it. Your bloodstain will show up for other players to go, how'd that guy die in the Nexus? I think this is a dead end, but I get an item. So, win-win. I am also human, you'll notice. I have my full health bar. I don't have the glowy ghost wisps. Which is nice. It means I can summon somebody, I can be summoned, I can get invaded, I can do a host of wonderful things, but I will not go into that because I want to show you how to have an easy time on this game. So I'm going to go get an amazing weapon right now, if I can find my way back down. Whoa. Okay. So, I beat the first boss. This Maiden in Black is here.
Braves.
She's gonna say a bunch of junk. And now you can finally level up. Oops. Or you say no by accident.
I was
Thankfully, she doesn't hold grudges, I think.
seek us out.
Yes. And she'll let you level up even though you say no. I like the default answer is no. Vitality is health. Endurance is your green stamina bar, and it is very, very useful overall. And then magic will make you stronger with magic. I am going to increase my endurance a little bit, because getting hit through your shield will take away some endurance. Using your sword will take away endurance. This is generally the best stat to level up. And then vitality is nice too. Generally for this like easy build that we're doing, just vitality, endurance, and magic, that will get you through a lot of hardship. So I'm going to spend a bunch of souls. And I've got 675. I just need a little bit more. So I'm going to go into my inventory. I'm going to use one of these unknown warrior souls. And I'm going to try to get, yeah, just enough to do it again. I will level up my magic just for giggles. I like giggling. Oh, I probably should try to prepare my stuff too. Okay, so beat the boss. I leveled up. Vitality, endurance, magic. These are all fun. I'm looking for level 4-1, which is the Shrine of Storms, Island's Edge. So, pick Royal, shoot guys, beat the boss, level up, go to Shrine of Storms, Island's Edge, level 4-1. This is a hard area full of wonderful little skeletons. I'm going to try to fight one just for fun to see if I can do it. I probably can't. Oh, I cannot. Oh, I forgot that I should use magic. Let me, whoa. Circus time here. I'm doing this for fun. Don't feel like you gotta do it. Oh, that's bad. Oh my god. Alright, there's the hubris. Oh, I'm bleeding as I'm dying. It's true. I died. Okay, so the idea though is we jumped ahead to 4-1 because we can basically run by these guys and go get a great weapon. So, good luck. There's gonna be a couple deaths on the way there. So just run straight ahead. We'll see how well this works, but the idea is fine. I remembered how to play this game, and now I can pass this advice on to you. So, here we are at level 4-1 with the skeletons. You may remember in this footage, I will probably edit, that they are beefy guys. I remembered how to kill them easily. There are two methods. One is that they are very vulnerable if you just keep circling them to the right, because their weapon's in the left hand. You just poke them, you just get them just right, backstab them. But generally, it's very easy to get around them. They are intimidating. They're backing up, but get there eventually. I don't need to be scared if they do that. And then do a little backstab. But if that's too tricky, there's an even easier method. That feels good. What's nice is that you don't have to do this too often. You only have to kill maybe like 5 of them total. There's this little item that's up there. You'll see past the tree on the cliffside. That's what we want to get. So we basically just need to go to the top of the stairs and go around. So, without further ado, we just want to fight these guys one at a time. I'll fight this guy normally because I fucked up my own tip. So once again, I will demonstrate. Just kind of circle them to the right. Don't feel bad. Remember, you can just go back. watch your stamina. I'll just kind of stand there like a chump. So you get them just right. If you do this, and you put the lights on the ground. Okay, try it again. Super tip. We'll get there together, you and I. And once you do this, everything is easier. All your problems are solved. That's an archer there. Just ignore him. We're going to look at that guy there. What you want to do is when they're chasing you, just run and get around this corner here. And if you do it right, then they are just stuck like that. And you can just blast them. Sometimes you'll blast her up. But that's life. You want to like avoid that arrow. He's going to dodge the arrow. So he stands up and it's all over for him. But yeah, you can do that for all these skeletons. This guy is no big deal. You just shoot him. His arrows are very slow too, so it's not a big deal. But basically, you want to make sure you fight these guys one at a time, so here he comes. Book it all the way over here. And then he's stuck. And then you can just kind of get him every now and then. Find your favorite spot. And it takes you long to start walking around. And then, whoa! And then maybe you gotta go back to fighting him. But in that case, it's no big deal. You just kind of go out. Yeah. Okay, one guy left. And then it's all over. Look at that flying manta ray back there. It's pretty cool. Alright, here he comes. Once again. Over here. Target him. Blast him. Find your own method that works. Generally, this will work. And then if you run out of magic, it's not so bad. It does regenerate on its own because you have a fragrant ring, and then once you get this new weapon, it will also generate magic as well. So you'll become a super beast for a lot of reasons. So all the skeletons are gone. Watch out for these guys up here. They're gonna shoot arrows, but it's no big deal. There's Foggate. There's that guy from the tutorial. You are much stronger now, and this is a better area, but you don't have to bother him. Keep your shield up here. Because, if you look, there's a little pressure plate on the ground, and it's even dusty for some reason. Maybe it also used to be human and died. Just like, wow, you're dusty. Here come some arrows, but your shield is up because you walk around with your shield up. And then you will see there is a weapon here, but there's also a red-eyed skeleton who is not very fun. So there he is. Behind him is the weapon. So what you want to do is run by him and grab it, and if you die, it doesn't matter because you'll have the item. But basically you just need to get behind him. So good luck. I'm just going to run now. And there we go. Let's see if he follows me. He doesn't. Alright, so congratulations, you did it. You equip this Crescent Falchion. It will scale with your magic stat. It is already regenerating magic at a faster rate. This is not a weapon, but this little spicy sword. So congrats. I will show you it in action. I will run out of stamina running, just like in real life. I'm just teleporting back to where I am to get the skeleton back. So just to reiterate, you chose Royal, you just shot everybody, took a beeline to, whoa, to area 4-1, this little storm area, went past the skeletons. We've got this Crescent Falchion. Now you're unstoppable. You have a great spell, you have a great sword. Just continue to level up and enjoy the game. Feel free to ask me if you have any questions, and maybe I'll make like an intermediate tutorial. But there you go. Congratulations. The real Demon Soul starts here.